Hi everyone, it's Janaea, and today I wanted to share with you a journal that I made for my mom for Mother's Day. And this is her first Mother's Day without her mom, so I wanted to make it something special. And I used a lot of things from my grandma or great-grandma, and it was just little bits that no one else wanted, so I didn't feel bad cutting them up. It was stuff that was going to be tossed. And the ruffles are all made of sheets and pillowcases. And the top, it's all little bows and bits of fabric that I made into paper clips. And this is a towel that was my great-grandma's. And then I just made a little charm here. And this trim was gifted to me by Charlie at Minty Crafts by Charlie. And the flowers were gifted to me by Deb Hendrick. And then 2 are from Rhoda's Kits, and I also rolled some paper flowers. And this was a bracelet that I believe it was mine when I was a kid. And here is some seam binding that was at my grandma's. And this was my first time trying a flower cluster. Yeah, kind of went out of my comfort zone on a couple of things here. And I used some bits from the Bloom collection. I folded up that towel to make pockets on the inside. And I have a box of cards that were at my grandma's. Some of them were for her and some of them were for my great-grandparents. Here's a little card there. And then this is just the front. The inside was still blank, so I just scanned in the front image, and my mom can journal on that if she chooses to. And a lot of the cards were the style that is folded in half and then folded again, which a lot of cards back in the 40s were. So this is one of those cards. These were actually to congratulate my great-grandparents on, from what I've read on the backs of the cards, it seems like it's to congratulate them on my great-uncle, or my oldest of great-uncles, but my grandma was the oldest, so. Here is I fussy cut the image on front of a card, and because these cards fold in half and then fold again, I decided to just make them into little pockets or tuck spots. Sorry about that. And I added some of the paper from Bloom, so if my mom wanted to back some photos or whatever she wants to do. And here, my grandma had written a letter to Santa. And I scanned it, well, I copied in the front of the letter, and then I added her letter in there. I made a pocket with that. And she must have been pretty little. It's hard to read. But it says 1947. I thought that was fun. And at some point I'll ask my mom if she does want the originals to put in here. But I haven't figured out how to scan them onto my computer. I just know how to copy them from my printer. And print them right off, and I just want the images scanned so I can use them in some of my journals too. But here is another card, and on the inside I made a Franken paper with some of the Bloom collection, and there's some trim. And here, this one's a little card. It says for the bride and groom. And this is another card. And here's another card, and this one was a little too long for standard size paper. So what I did was I added this bit of fabric there when I was stitching to make a pocket, and I actually really like the way that turned out. So on the inside I have this card that I copied, and I fussy cut around where it was, it kind of had shape to it. And then I added some lace to the side here. And here's another card, and in this one I have the front of a card. And this is the middle page, and I just decided to do some collaging. These two images were on the fronts of cards, and I just decided to fussy cut around those. And then I added some bits from the Bloom collection. And here's a little clothespin with a flower on it. Here's the other part of the first card. And I think this is from my great-grandma's sister. And she must have been watching my grandma while they had the baby. And it says that she was being really well and fits in perfect there. And congrats on the new baby. So I thought that was super sweet. And on the inside of that, I just have, this was an envelope. So, scan that in. And then here is another back of a card, and on this one, this is how I found out at first that it must have been my great uncle, because it says congrats on the boy. And there's a little nursery school menu. I thought that was cute. And an image from a card there. And another image from a card. And some more pieces of paper from the Bloom collection. Another back of a card. And that is the front image on a card. And I just added some laces. Pull tab. I love that image. And then here is a tag that I made. I glued onto cardstock a page from a book that was my grandma's. I think it was actually a book that she was required to take to school. It had her name and grade in it, and a big ink stain on the cover, which is so like her. So I made that. And here I have another front of an envelope. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and I'll see you in the next one.